Mike Somblusk is here, running for Congress in New York's 12th Congressional District against Jerry Nadler. Today, I want to talk about the threat to democracy, which our Democratic leaders, I'm talking Kamala, I'm talking Joe Biden, Gavin Newsom, our old friend Hillary Clinton, who can't just seem to go away because she doesn't want to, all have stated we need to stop free speech because there's misinformation coming out. Oh, by the way, Jerry Nadler doesn't want free speech either. But if you look at it, look at the misinformation that's come out in the last few years. It's always coming from their side. Oh, we don't have a crisis at our border. Oh, now they're saying, okay, maybe we do. You know, New York City is spending $5 billion on migrants. They just stole money from and redirected it to help migrants from FEMA. Now FEMA is saying they can't help our own people. They lied. You can go back and look at an interview from the press secretary in 2022 when she said we were doing that. And now they said, oh, we didn't do that. It comes from a different fund. They lie to you all the time. And just last week at the vice presidential debates, when Norah O'Donnell proudly and forcefully asked J.D. Vance, are you going to worry about Trump in how the election's going to worry about it being stolen? She said, they had in every state that all the cases were heard and adjudicated, which is completely a lie, because 95 to 98% of every single case that was brought was thrown out because of standing, which means they didn't hear anything on the merits. But the Democrats in the mainstream media keep on telling you that. Actually, in Pennsylvania, one of the cases that was heard at the lower level, the Republicans actually won. You know why? Because Pennsylvania broke their state constitution. Before you can change election law, it's supposed to be voted on by the people of Pennsylvania. They ignored that. We'll send absentee ballots out to everybody, whether they're alive, dead. We don't have no clue if they're still in the state, but we'll send them out to everybody. That was illegal. It was overturned by their Pennsylvania Supreme Court. But they actually won that. And also a case in Georgia where they actually did have the evidence to overturn the Georgia election. Because what most people don't understand is that it's not who they voted for, but if there's enough irregularities in a number of votes cast that could change the result. So he lost it by 11,500, 600. If they could find 11,700, that means that vote is null and void and would have to go to the state legislature. And that's in our Constitution. But Norah O'Donnell lied about it. And I'm sorry, J.D. Vance didn't know this and wasn't able to respond properly. That's misinformation. That's lying to people. Now, you're looking at what's going on in North Carolina and Georgia and down south. My heart goes out to these people that their homes were destroyed, entire towns were destroyed, are people that usually don't have hurricanes hit in their area. So they weren't prepared like somebody in Florida or living along the coast. And then we have an inept FEMA, who, by the way, I've worked with because I work for the New York City Department of Transportation, and they're not as good as everybody says they are. And the other thing is the FEMA law states, even though they're trying to chase people away, individuals that want to come in, states they're just there to assist the private people in that area, the governments in that area, not to run the whole thing. This is the misinformation that the left puts out. And I can go on for hours, and the information's out there. But don't let Jerry Nadler and the rest of the Democratic leadership in the mainstream media lie to you. Just remember what Abe Lincoln said. You can fool some of the people all the time, and that's what most is going on right now about people that despise Trump. Or you can fool some of the people part of the time and all the people none of the time. So stop believing them. And if you want changes and you want somebody that will tell you the truth and back it up with facts, then elect me, Mike Sombluskas, on November 5th. Go to my website, electmikez.com, and you'll see more information out there, and I will always tell you the truth. So vote on November 5th, and let's change this country.